one of the most underappreciated, under talked about, successful stories in hip hop or just in life general is Jay Prince. We kind of don't talk about him, especially on the East Coast, but I want to take my time to give honor, to him after watching his interviews on the Breakfast Club and different things. It kind of answered a few questions that I had, and I didn't know even that, he was actually selling hay. And even he was talking about a point in his life where he made a decision for his kids to go the legal way, So he has a cattle farm, he owns an island, he does the music, he does boxing promoting, a lot of things here to inspire to be. As we see him right there, congregating, celebrating his son's birthday, who, as we know, discovered Drake online, his older son. Jay Prince sat down with the Breakfast Club and told a creepy story about a couple agents who were assigned to pretty much kill him. And it answered a question that I had a few years back. I heard an audio where a gentleman was talking about, brothers that was coming together to make a black music distribution company, and the feds coming in and messing that up. So this kind of answered my question. I'm going to let Jay Prince tell a story, and I'm going to come back when he gets finished with some commentary. Check this clip out.
Stop this from happening. Total lie.
And that's interesting because around this time was also when you were trying to do a distribution label with Suge Knight and Irv Gotti.
Yeah. Myself, Suge, and Irv, them, we were contemplating doing the first black-owned distribution company. And coincidentally, one may think, all of us was being hit up around the same time. So we understand what happened with Irv, them, and Suge, and I'm the last man standing.
You hear it from the horse's mouth right there. I've been wondering about this for the last 9 years, whether or not this was true. So it appears that this is true. And they were trying to start a black music distribution company, where are simultaneously all hit up by the feds. Jay Prince, Dame Dash, Irv Gotti, and one other gentleman, was hit up by the feds pretty hard and kind of shut them down. I'm gonna do more on this. I'm definitely gonna do more on this. I think this is a topic that can be, explored more. But I want y'all to listen to the second part of this, where Jay Prince actually speaks on the hitman, the federal hitman that was assigned to pretty much take his life, and how he, ended up stopping it. All right, man, I appreciate it. Hit the like button. Make sure y'all share this.
Speaking of that a little bit, Special Agent Jack Schumacher, he was leading an investigation against you, and he killed 6 people in the line of duty, all of which he was investigating. Did you think they put him on your case to take you out?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. And I think the number is 8 instead of 6.
It was 8? Oh, damn.
Yeah. So this was a hitman. I don't know no better way to characterize this guy other than a hitman. But they chose him and the agent Chad Scott, who is presently, I think he's been indicted on 13 cases. They put both of these guys on me to wipe me out. You know what I mean? To destroy me, to destroy a rap a lot. And I definitely felt like, it was a hit. And I say that because, one night I left my company, Rap a Lot, and a DPS agent pulled behind me. And it was the first time that I ever been stopped one time and told to go to another destination to stop again. But this other spot they wanted me to go to was dark. You know what I mean? It was like in a McDonald's parking lot, but deep in the McDonald's parking lot, and it was dark. And I saw 2 cars over there. So, I had homies following me because they sent several threats to me about what they was gonna do to me. These was so-called gangster agents. And they let it be known, they had jumped on a few of my guys, took jewelry, money. They was doing a lot of scandalous things. So as I pulled over and I looked in that parking lot, I'm like, shit, I'm not pulling in that parking lot. So I pointed, I'm gonna go over here to this service station. Pull fucking over, on the loudspeaker he told. I said, no, I'm gonna go across here. So I went across the Shell service station, and the officer got out the car and was like, you were swerving. I say, what's the problem, officer? I say, no, I wasn't doing no swerving. Why you didn't pull over where I told you to pull over? I say, sir, I didn't want you to think I was trying to hurt you in that dark, and I didn't want to think you was trying to hurt me. What's the problem? You was swerving. I said, no, you got the wrong man. I don't drink. I don't even smoke. I wasn't swerving. At that time, he asked me, where your guns? I say, my guns is under my seat. I say, my hands is on the steering wheel. What would you like me to do? How much money you have in your pocket? I say, well, you need some money or something? Why you asking me about my money? So I got out the car, right? And to make a long story short, you know, I'm watching his eyes, so I see him looking over at these guys. And I think some kind of move was made because one of the guys, Chad Scott, pulled over, and the man had like football paint on his eyes and an army fatigue suit, you know what I mean? He whispered something in his ear, and at that point, you know, they decided to give me a warning ticket. But when I got home, my bullets, a few of my bullets was missing out of my gun because he searched my car, right? And you know, I went home and thought, like, you know, I don't know what they was trying to do to me in that dark, but it wasn't good. You know what I mean? And that was before I hired an investigator to investigate Schumacher. After the fact of hiring an investigator and investigating him, that's when the information came out. This man had been killing people. You know, we interviewed his lieutenant. The lieutenant said he never trusted him. This was a retired lieutenant. I never trusted him. The murders that he committed was always questionable, but the guys that he killed couldn't talk. So all I could see was myself being in that situation, and with me having weapons, bam, he reached for a weapon. You know what I mean? So over a decade later, now the very DEA agents, FBI agents reaching out to me to assist them with their own. You know what I mean? And it's an interesting thing.
Whatever happened to that agent?
Well, one of them got reprimanded at the time because when they went to his office, they found a rap-a-lot piece in his desk. The other one got put on a desk job, and ultimately they moved both of them out of Houston because they didn't want us to run into one another. Because what I done was I went to Washington, D.C., and I wanted to document that I was in fear of my life. You know what I mean? And I wanted to do that for a reason. You know, I'm not going to allow a man to just kill me and not defend myself. So I put them on notice. Y'all got a hitman out here that's trying to do me. Don't be mad if I come out on top. You know what I mean? So that was documented, and from there, they made moves because they didn't want us to interact on the street. But as you can see, this guy, one of them retired, Schumacher, and the other one went to Louisiana, and that's who's indicted, Chad Scott, right now, 13 counts of, you know, just screwing over people, you know, taking their money, taking their drugs, you know, abusing his authority in every kind of way you can think of.
And karma always comes back. You know, it was a rumor back in the day that you gave presidential candidate Al Gore $200,000 as a campaign donation to make the drug investigation go away.
Right. All of that was a part of the conspiracy to try and railroad me. And that went on at church. You know what I mean? I pulled up at church one morning, and Al Gore was at the church. You know, my pastor, Pastor West, told me, I want you to meet the vice president. I'm like, okay. So when I pull up, I'll observe body language. You know, these people with glasses and different things looking my way. And, you know, I said to my lady at the time, I say, all these people ain't here for the president.
Secret Service. Right?
Yeah. No, them was feds. They wasn't with, you know what I mean? But I'm watching them. So she said, oh, boy, you being leery, right? I said, okay. So I went and heard the sermon, and right after the sermon, I left. You know what I mean? I said, let's go. I don't want to.
Did you at least tithe?
Yeah, I tithe. You know what I mean?
Church, yes.
Yeah, I tithe. You know what I mean? But I had never even voted in my life at the time. I'm like, you know, I don't have to meet him. But what's erotic about this story is I was right. You know, when I got the transcripts, you know, and read what was happening, I was being monitored. Suspect just pulled in the parking lot.
Wow.
Getting out of the car. You know what I mean? So it was a conspiracy going on to take a picture of me and Al Gore, and I think it had a lot to do with I forgot that little guy's name.
Ross Perot.
Ross Perot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ross Perot, because that following Monday, you know, they had this big thing on me out of the Dallas Morning News. Okay, this man has then donated $250,000 to stop this from happening. Total lie.
And that's